Good morning, everybody. It's the Cursing Seamstress. I haven't done a video in a couple of weeks. I don't think I have made anything sewing related except for one thing, which is more of a craft thing. Several years ago, I bought a silhouette cutting machine, and if you're not familiar with those, Lindsay with Inside the Hem has used her machine. I'm not sure if it's a silhouette or a Cricut, they're pretty much the same thing, to cut fabric. I've never used it for that. When I bought it, I had a store, and I used it for cutting out the name of the store, the address, and the phone number, and putting it on the window of the business. I don't think that I used it for anything else, and I shut down the store, put the machine away, and just recently, within the past 2 weeks, I got it out again to play with it. I've been seeing a lot of t-shirts with designs that are pressed onto them, and I've never used the machine for that. I've never used the heat transfer vinyl, which is the vinyl that you use to, you cut your design in reverse on the heat transfer vinyl, and then you put it on your substrate, whatever fabric, and then you iron it on. And so I thought I might try doing some of that and selling some of the t-shirts. So I got it out and set it up, and I cut out for my older grandboy the letters, vote for Pedro, from Napoleon Dynamite. And if you've never seen that movie, you really owe it to yourself to watch it. So I did his shirt, and the heat transfer vinyl did fantastic. I ironed it on, and he loved it. He wore it the first day he got it. And so I asked my younger grandboy, who is 7, if he would like one, and he said yes. So I went to use my machine, and it kept giving me a message that it could not connect. And I went on the website and I followed the instructions step by step, try this first. If that doesn't work, try this. About 4 or 5 steps, and nothing worked. And I just kept playing with it, and finally I did get it to work, and was able to cut the letters out and get that t-shirt done. And then I wanted to use it again, and the same thing happened. I got the could not connect. So I started reading a little bit further, and there was a blurb about if you have an older machine, and I didn't realize my machine was older, but I guess it is, that you might need to do an update to fix the problem. And that meant, and I'm telling you this because if you have one and you're having this issue, maybe it'll help you. Because I had to dig quite a bit before I came across this. It probably wasn't hidden, but it wasn't in those main troubleshooting steps that I initially found. So I had to find a blank SD card. You couldn't have anything else on the card. And I had to download a file, put it on the SD card, insert the SD card, well, go through a bunch of stuff before that, disconnecting and all that. Then putting that in there, and so it did start to transfer the file, and it works now. So I think that my machine was just too old to work with Windows 10, which is what I have on the laptop that I am using with the Silhouette. So after that, I managed to cut some more letters out, and these are not heat transfer vinyl. And I'll show you what I did with it. Okay. So this is a craft item, and I'm going to see if anybody's interested in buying this at one of the stores that I sell stuff at. It just says hooray. And these, again, are not heat transfer vinyl. These are just stick on. They have adhesive on the back, and you just push them on there. I was worried that they might peel up, so I put Mod Podge on the back just to secure them a little bit more. And to spice it up, I cut some strips of fleece in a bright yellow green and put those in between the little banners there. And what else did I do? Oh, I went to Walmart and I was gonna put some glitter on it, and I really didn't want to buy a container of glitter. I thought it would get all over everywhere, and that would mean that I would have to use Mod Podge or something else. And sometimes Mod Podge will darken the area where you put it on, and I didn't want it to look like there were areas that were dark. So I bought some spray-on glitter, took this outside and sprayed glitter on. I don't know if you can see that there's glitter on there or not. You might not be able to, but there is just a little hint of gold glitter. I strung through a ribbon. You know, whoever buys this, if it even sells, can change the color of the ribbon if they want to. And these letters, of course, are red. And it says hooray, I think I said that. So I'm gonna take that in today. I'm going to continue to play with my silhouette and see what else I can do with it. The big thing I'm interested in is sublimation printing, and that is where you have to have a special, well, there's a company called Sawgrass that makes a printer that uses sublimation ink, and the printer comes with a design program where you can, it's very similar to what Silhouette has with their design studio. It comes with a bunch of images, and you can use what they have, or you can create your own. I don't know if you can create your own within that software program, or if you create your own somewhere else and then transfer it in. I'm not sure. But the thing about sublimation printing is that it's a die, and when you create your design and you press it onto your substrate, the die actually becomes a part of the fabric. It doesn't fade, it doesn't crack, it doesn't do anything. It becomes a part of the fabric itself. It's there forever. It doesn't fade. There are limitations to it. The substrate that you use needs to have polyester. It needs to be all polyester, or the company recommends all polyester. But I've watched a gazillion YouTube videos, and there are people who are using 50-50 cotton polyester, and the designs come out quite well. And so I think it's sort of trial and error. The polyester today is not the polyester of yesterday. There's very soft polyester t-shirts, and Georgia just came in here to see what I'm doing. So it's just it's so attractive and appealing to me. Oh, the other thing is it's recommended that your t-shirt, if that's what you're gonna imprint on, is white. But again, I've watched enough YouTube videos to see what it looks like on lighter colors, like light gray, light blue, pink. So you can use it on those. It won't be as vibrant as if compared to a white. So I really like the idea, and to do any of what I'm doing with the heat transfer vinyl, or if I get the Sawgrass printer, you really need a heat press. And a heat press is just a machine with an upper, I forgot what it's called, platen, upper platen and a lower platen. The upper one gets hot and you put your t-shirt or whatever on the bottom, center it, and then lower the top part. And you leave it, you set it for whatever temperature is recommended for whatever you're using, and the time, and then it gives the amount of pressure and the temperature that you need, which is difficult to do with an iron. So that's where I am with that. I did jump on board this morning and ordered the heat press. If you go to Heat Press Nation, which is such a corny name, but it's very easy to remember, they sell all kinds of heat presses, and they also sell the Sawgrass printers. So I'm going to see how the heat press does using the vinyl, play with my silhouette some more. You're very limited when and I'm not an expert in silhouette, but when you're doing designs in silhouette, you have to layer. If you're using different colors, if you're using all one color and you cut it out, that's fine, that's pretty simple. But if you're using multicolored vinyl, each piece of vinyl is cut separately. Each color is cut separately because you have to insert the color that you want, and then you have to layer them, you have to put them on top of one another, and then heat press them. So it's not like sublimation where you could literally take a photograph of me or whatever, or a complex graphic, and sublimate onto whatever, and you've got thousands of shades of colors, which you would never ever get with vinyl. So that's that. All right, I want to show you just a couple of other things that I'm going to go. I didn't mean to ramble on that. If you're not interested in that kind of thing, but it opens up all kinds of things. I mean, you could use it for aprons. You could use it for, combine it, merge it with your sewing, which is, kind of what I plan to do. Just another thing, I ordered one of these. I broke down, I've needed one of these for a long time. I've seen people use them, and they look pretty amazing to be able to alter patterns. It's a French, it's not called a French curve, but it's called a Dritz styling design ruler. I don't remember what I paid for it, probably about $12 or $15, I don't know. But I know Dritz is a good name. Actually, it says it's 4 rulers in one. It's a hip curve, French curve, straight ruler, and it has cutout slots. Not sure what those are for. But again, this is what it looks like. It's 26 inches, and that includes going around the curve. The only other thing I was going to show you, and it fell on the floor. I got sucked into this at Walmart. My Walmart, just like most Walmarts now, don't carry a lot of really great fabric, and I'm on a no fabric buying restriction right now. And I've done well, I've kept to it. But this is just a little dog coat, and it looks pretty simple. There was another one there that was for fleece, and I do have some fleece, but I didn't want to work with fleece. I wanted to work with cotton and get rid of some of the cotton fabrics that I have. So this says that it takes 2 yards, I guess. It's lined. And that's what it looks like. So it was $5. I think there were some that were $2.97, and that's what I thought I had picked up, but evidently I picked this one up. I might not have bought it if it had registered that I was getting the $4.97 one. that's it. I hope you guys have a great week. I am off to teach in about 3 hours, and I will let you know when I get the heat press and I work with it. I'll let you know what I think about it. And I'm on the verge of ordering the Sawgrass printer. I'm going to make myself wait a month or so and just see if I feel the same way in a month about it. So, all right. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.